Just after evening self-study ended, I was tagged on the campus wall. Jing K from the law school, with that cold, aloof face. Turns out to be a regular at hotels. Who would have thought the top student is so wild behind closed doors? 3 images attached. My ID photo. A doctored hotel check-in record. And a comment from my childhood friend Lu Wenjing. I've known her since we were kids, and she really knows how to have fun. I glanced at the comments section, then at the private message he sent me. Cover for Rio for 7 days, and once the heat dies down, I'll marry you. I laughed so hard I almost choked on a boba pearl. 7 days. All right. In these 7 days, I'll hold a lively funeral for their future. The moment the campus wall posted the rumor about me, I was giving a presentation in jurisprudence class. My PPT is still displayed on the projection screen. The title is Evidence Collection Paths and Liability Determination for Online Defamation. The sound of phone notifications from the audience rises and falls. First 1 or 2, then a whole patch. The boy sitting in the 3rd row looked up at me, then lowered his head to look at his phone. The person next to him couldn't hold back a laugh. Holy shit. It's really her. Acts all high and mighty usually, but behind the scenes, she's this wild. Law school top student. 3,000 a night. Does that include ghostwriting papers? My phone buzzed. My roommate Chi Xinyu sent me a screenshot. The latest post on the campus wall. The caption was written very crudely, exposing the untouchable flower of the law school. Jing K. Outwardly raking in scholarships, but secretly slipping hotel room keys into her bag. A certain student council president personally confirmed that she's been playing the game since she was young. The first hot comment below. Lu Wenjing. I've known her since childhood. And I don't want to comment on her private life. Please don't cause secondary harm to innocent people. Innocent people. I stared at those 4 words and almost burst out laughing. The innocent person he mentioned was Fu Liyang, the dance department's campus belle. This afternoon, someone anonymously posted photos of her entering a hotel with an off-campus investor. The photo didn't capture the face. Only a white suitcase and the hem of a skirt. On that suitcase hung the rabbit charm Fu Liyang loved to show off. It had been less than half an hour since the incident appeared on the campus wall when a new post came. This time, I was the main subject. The photo was replaced with my ID photo, fake hotel records, and a chat screenshot with the key part cropped out. The most disgusting part is that Lu Wenjing got involved. He is my childhood friend. He is also the president of the college student council. His one phrase known since childhood works better than 100 fake photos. The teacher Finn. Ally realized something was wrong. Jing K. I turned my phone over and placed it face down on the podium. Teacher. I still have 2 minutes left to finish. The classroom fell silent for a moment. Someone couldn't help but mutter quietly. Strong mental fortitude. I clicked open the last slide of the PPT. On it was the case summary I had just finished that afternoon. I picked up the laser pointer and pointed at the screen. The 3 most common methods in online defamation. First, splicing images together. Second, fabricating chat records. Third, using testimonials from acquaintances to increase credibility. I paused and looked at the audience. For example, a guy who has known you since childhood comments. She really knows how to have fun. The whole class stopped laughing. My phone vibrated again. Lu Wenjing sent me a message. Come out. Don't cause a scene in class. Rio is crying so hard she can't breathe. Cover for me for a bit. I turned on the speakerphone and called back direct. TLY. Dozens of eyes in the classroom were all fixed on me. The call connected, and Lu Wenjing's voice was very low. Jing K. What do you mean? I said. What do you mean by your comment section? He was silent for 2 seconds. Don't get worked up just yet. I'm perfectly calm. That hotel photo can't be linked to Li Yang. She's up for the top 10 campus figures this semester. Her family keeps a tight rein on her. They can't handle something like this. So you're hanging me out to dry. He clicked his tongue in irritation. You have strong resilience and good grades. No one can really do anything to you. Just help her hold the line for 7 days. Once the heat dies down, I'll clarify things. A sharp intake of breath came from the classroom. I asked, "How will you clarify?" Lu Wenjing said, "I'll issue a statement later, saying that my comment was misunderstood." I laughed. It was easy for you to spread rumors. But now you need to pick an auspicious day to refute them. His voice turned cold. Sure, Jing-K. Don't be so harsh. Liang is different from Yosha's been well protected since childhood. Just consider it as doing me a favor. I've known you for 19 years. Yes. So you should help me even more. I looked at the acquaintance testimonies on the projection screen. Suddenly, I felt that the topic of this lesson was quite fitting. I said, "Lu Wenjing, come to Mingda Building, room 407, right now." He asked, "What do you want to do?" I hung up the phone, looked up at the teacher and said, "Teacher, my presentation is over. That phone call just now will be included in my thesis as a course case study." The teacher looked at me with a complex expression. "Sure, Jing-K. Take care of your personal matters first." "Thank you, teacher." I picked up my bag and walked out. No one spoke in the classroom. The boy who had been laughing the loudest quickly hid his phone in the desk. I stopped beside him. "Did you take a picture of me?" His face froze. No. I reached out my hand. "Phone. Why should I give it to you?" I turned on the recording. "Classmate, I'm warning you once. If you take, save, or share any images that infringe on my reputation and privacy rights, I will hold you fully accountable. You can keep pretending." He gritted his teeth and handed over the phone. In the photo album was my PPT. There are also screenshots from the campus wall. No secret photos were taken. I returned the phone to him. "Before you laugh at someone else's Dao Nfall, first check if your own hands are clean." He couldn't speak. I walked out of the classroom. The hallway was full of people on break. When they saw me, their gazes pierced like needles. I didn't lower my head. I went straight to the student council office. The door wasn't fully closed. From inside came Fu Liang's soft sobbing. "Brother Wenjing, I really don't know what to do. If that post stays up any longer, my dad will beat me to death." Lu Wenjing said, "Don't worry. I've already turned the tide." Another girl said with a smile, "Someone like Shi Jing-K, always putting on airs, deserve to be taken down a peg. Isn't she just relying on her good grades?" Fu Liang sobbed, "But isn't this going too far? Will Sister Jing-K hate me?" Lu Wenjing was silent for a moment. "She's sensible." I pushed the door open and walked in. The office instantly fell silent. Fu Liang sat on the sofa, draped in Lu Wenjing's coat. Her eyes red-rimmed. Lu Wenjing stood beside her. He still had his phone in his hand. When he saw me, his brows furrowed. "Who told you to come?" I said. "You." His expression darkened. "Sure, Jing-K. This is the student council office. Don't act crazy." I walked over, slamming a screenshot of the campus wall onto the table. "Who wrote this script?" Fu Liang bit her lip. "Sister Jing-K, I know you're angry, but please don't scare me." I looked at her. I asked who wrote the script. Tears immediately fell from her eyes. "I really don't know. Maybe someone has it out for you. You can't stand me. Yet you still know my ID photo from 3 years ago." Her face turned pale. Lu Wenjing stepped in front of her. "Enough. If you have a problem, take it out on me. Don't make things difficult for her." "Okay." I nodded. "Then tell me, who wrote the manuscript?" He looked at me, his tone softening. "Jing-K, the matter has already been sent out. Making a big deal out of it now won't do anyone any good. First, post something on your moments saying it was a misunderstanding. Liang will remember your kindness." I asked, "What good is her remembering my kindness?" Fu Liang said softly, "Sister Jing-K, I can give you a ticket for next month's dance troupe performance. It's an inner seat very hard to get." I was almost amused by anger. $10 for a fake hotel check-in record, in exchange for a concert ticket. Her face turned even paler. How can you say that about me? Lu Wenjing slammed his phone onto the table. Sure, Jing K. What exactly do you want? Delete the post. Apologize. And hand over the rumormonger. He let out a cold laugh. Don't be so naive. Anonymous posts on the campus wall, who knows who's behind them? I looked at him. Then the real name accounts in your comment section, were they posted by ghosts? Lu Wenjing's face turned ugly. I can delete comments. Too late. I took out my phone and started screen recording. From the campus wall link, comments section, repost records, to the private messages Lu Wenjing sent me. I recorded them one by one. Fu Liang panicked. Why are you recording this? To preserve evidence. She reached out to grab my phone. I dodged back. Lu Wenjing grabbed my wrist tightly. Sure, Jing K. Don't be ungrateful. I looked up at him. Let go. I told you to delete it. With my other hand, I picked up the glass water cup on the table and smashed it directly onto the floor. A loud crash followed. Everyone passing by outside the office stopped. I raised my voice. Lu Wenjing, the student council president, started spreading rumors about me for the school beauty, and now he wants to snatch my phone to destroy the evidence. The doorway was instantly packed with people. Lu Wenjing's face changed drastically. And he let go of my hand. What nonsense are you talking about? I raised my wrist. It was already marked with red imprints from his grip. Did you see that clearly? The onlookers began raising their phones. Fu Liang cried even harder. Sister Jing K, why did you do this? I was just scared. I looked toward the door. Anyone interested in being a witness? No one spoke. I smiled. It's okay. I dialed 110. Hello. I'd like to report a crime. Lu Wenjing's pupils contracted. Sure, Jing K. I stared at him, speaking word by word. Someone has fabricated and spread false information about me, infringing on my right to reputation and privacy. There are also people on site who snatched my phone and restricted me from gathering evidence. The voice on the other end asked for the address. I reported it very clearly. Yunqing University West Campus. Student Union Office. Room 302 on the 3rd floor. Fu Liang finally stopped crying. She stared at me with wide eyes, as if seeing me for the first time. Lu Wenjing lowered his voice. Do you really want to make a scene until the police come? I hung up the phone. Lu Wenjing, I gave you a chance, and you threw it to the dogs, too. Before the police arrived, the counselor came first. He was sweating all over his forehead from running, and his first words upon entering were, Sure, Jing K. Take down the phone call. I looked at him. Teacher, you can't withdraw a police report. Don't split hairs with me. He lowered his voice, his face red with urgency. Conflicts between students should be resolved internally. If you call the police, where will the school's reputation be? I asked. My face has already been trampled into the campus wall. Do I still have to uphold the school's reputation? The counselor was left speechless. Lu Wenjing immediately chimed in. Teacher, Jing K is emotionally unstable. I was just trying to comfort her when she suddenly threw a cup and falsely accused me of spreading rumors. Fu Liang was curled up in the corner of the sofa, tears clinging to her eyelashes. Teacher, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have cried. Sister Jing K might have misunderstood me. She spoke pitifully, as if her crying would make me the guilty one. The counselor looked at me. Sure, Jing K. Look at Fu Liang. She has been speaking up for you the whole time. I laughed. Which sentence of hers spoke up for me? Teacher, please repeat it. The counselor's face stiffened. Your attitude right now is very problematic. I've been slandered with fake rumors, and I still have to have the right attitude. Don't keep making a mountain out of a molehill. I nodded. Fine. Let's not make a mountain out of a molehill. Let's just talk about the facts. I held my phone up in front of him. School wall post. Posted at 7:32. Lu Wenjing's comment. At 7:34. Lu Wenjing sent me a private message, asking me to cover for Fu Liang for 7 days. At 7:46. The call I made to him in the classroom was heard by the whole class. And the recording is still there. In the student council office. Fu Liang had just said, "That ticket is hard to get." Trying to negotiate with me. At least 10 people at the door heard it. I looked at Fu Liang. Do I need to continue? Fu Liang's face turned pale, her lips trembling slightly. I didn't mean that. Lu Wenjing said coldly. Sure, Jing K. A recording doesn't tell the whole story. You're quite skilled at taking things out of context. I laughed. You're using a 3-year-old ID photo for your rumormongeringer aesthetic is quite nostalgic. Someone at the door couldn't help but let out a laugh. Lu Wenjing's face turned even darker. The counselor slammed the table. Everyone. Shut up. He pulled me aside. Jing K. I know you feel wronged. But this really can't be blown out of proportion. Think about it, a girl's reputation is the most important thing. If this goes to the police, there will be a record. And when future employers check, it won't be good for you either. I stared at him. Professor, may I record what you just said? He immediately fell silent. Footsteps came from the doorway. 2 police officers entered. Who called the police? I raised my hand. Me. The female officer who received the report glanced at the situation inside the room. What exactly is the matter? I handed over the evidence. After listening to the recording, her expression quickly turned serious. Who posted this? The counselor immediately said. Officer, this is just a small misunderstanding between students. Our school will handle it. The female officer looked at him. Whether to file a case involving insults, slander, or the dissemination of others' private information will be determined in accordance with the law. Internal school disciplinary actions cannot replace legal procedures. The counselor's face turned ashen. I almost applauded the female police officer. Lu Wenjing still tried to maintain his composure. Officer, I was just making a comment. I didn't name anyone. I opened the screenshot. The comment was under a post about me, and it said, "She and I have known each other since childhood." You didn't name anyone, but you pointed at the mushrooms in the hollow tree. Someone laughed again at the door. The female officer glanced at Lu Wenjing. You need to come with us to make a statement too. Fu Liang immediately became nervous. Do I have to go as well? You all need to cooperate. Her tears fell with a patter. Brother Wenjing. Lu Wenjing held her hand. Don't be afraid. I watched their intertwined hands, feeling no stir in my heart. That's fine. Once. I thought Lu Wenjing was merely blind. Now it seems that every part of him is quite busy. Busy being a pawn for others. When I went to the police station to give a statement, my parents called. I didn't answer. My mom quickly sent a voice message. Sure, Jing K. What trouble have you caused now? Aunt Lu has even called me about it. I turned on the speaker. Her sharp voice echoed through the hallway. Wenjing is such a good kid. He's always looked out for you since you were young. Now you're calling the police over some petty girl-on-girl conflict. How are our 2 families supposed to get along in the future? I typed back a text reply. He's spreading rumors about me. My mom replied instantly. There must be a misunderstanding. As a girl, the more you try to explain your reputation, the worse it gets. Hurry up and clear things up with the police. Didn't make a big deal out of it. I stared at the screen. My fingers are growing cold. Bit by bit. Lu Wenjing noticed. A faint smile curling at the corners of his mouth. That smile seemed to say, see. No one is on your side. I put away my phone. After finishing the statement, it was already 10:30 in the evening. A black Mercedes was parked at the school gate. Lu Wenjing's mother got out of the car. She was wearing a cashmere coat, her makeup impeccable. And sighed the moment she saw me. Jing K. Why are you so impulsive, child? I didn't say anything. She took my hand. Auntie knows you've been wronged. But when Jing grew up with you, didn't you know his nature? He's soft-hearted. When he saw Liang crying, he just said a few words to help. How many times did you help? I pulled my hand back. He helped her put me on the campus wall and got cursed out all night. Mother Lu's expression shifted slightly. A young lady like you shouldn't speak so harshly. I laughed. If the person spreading rumors isn't afraid of getting dirty, why should the listener find it unpleasant? She held back her displeasure. How about this? Auntie will give you 200,000. You issue a statement saying this was all a misunderstanding. As for the school, Auntie will take care of things for you. Lu Wenjing stood behind her, his expression somewhat awkward. He said in a low voice, Jing K, my mother came here in person. Don't be ungrateful. I looked at him. You stole my math Olympiad certificate when we were kids, saying you wanted to borrow it to show your dad. But later you pasted it onto your own achievement wall. I didn't hold it against you. Lu Wenjing frowned. Why are you bringing this up now? In 9th grade, your English competition essay, I helped you revise it 5 times. The day you won the award, you told the whole class it was all thanks to your own hard work. I didn't hold that against you either. Startled magpie. In your sophomore year, you secretly rode my dad's motorcycle and crashed into a roadside stall. I took the punishment for you because you said you were running for student council and couldn't have a blemish on your record. His face completely changed. Lu's mother also froze. I continued. I've given you many chances. Not this time. Mother Lu's voice turned cold. What do you want? I said. A public apology. Delete the post and clarify. And accept an investigation. She stared at me. Do you really think a student like you can take on the Lu family? I laughed. Auntie, that question you just asked is quite dangerous. I raised my phone slightly. I recorded that last sentence. Mother Lu's face instantly turned pale. Lu Wenjing rushed over, trying to snatch it. I took a step back, tried to grab the phone again, and I'll call the police right now, reporting that you and your mother are obstructing evidence collection. He stopped, his gaze dark and gloomy. I uploaded the recording to the cloud drive. Then, right in front of them, I sent a message to Lu Wenjing. From now on, everything you say can be used as evidence in court. Our childhood friendship ends here. See you in court. 3. The next morning, the campus wall post was deleted, but the screenshots had already spread across the entire school. What travels faster than a yellow rumor is people's mouths pretending to be just here for the gossip. I went to the cafeteria to buy soy milk. The 2 girls in front of me turned around to low. Okay at me. Is it her? I heard she even called the police on Lu Wenjing. So harsh. Even the school beauty is crying. I walked over with a cup of soy milk. Your voices are too low. I couldn't catch everything. They were startled. I opened the voice recording interface on my phone. Say it again. I want to record it clearly. One of them had a face flushed bright red. We didn't even insult you. What are you afraid of? They grabbed their plates and ran off. I sat down to drink my soy milk. The soy milk had no sugar added, it was very bland. Chi Xinyu sat down across from me and pushed 2 tea eggs toward me. Eat. I peeled the eggshells. She looked at me, her eyes slightly red. How are you? I'm fine. There's a new post on the forum. I looked up. She handed me her phone. The title is, Jing K seizes the opportunity to hype. Bullies the school beauty by calling the police. Chairman Lu is too miserable. The post describes me as jealous of the school beauty, picking a fight with the student council president, and good at using the law to threaten classmates. Below that, my dormitory number and phone number were also posted. In less than half an hour, I had already received over 20 text messages from strangers. How much for one night? Sis, is there a student discount? Stop pretending. Chairman Lu already told us. Chi Xinyu was trembling with anger. Call the police. Call the police on this one too. I took screenshots of each text message one by one. Go ahead. She froze. You're really calm. Calmness saves energy. I stuffed the tea egg into my mouth. Going CRA. ZY takes energy. You need to eat well. At 10 in the morning, the counselor called me to the office. Inside sat the deputy secretary of the college party committee, Lu Wenjing, Fu Liang, and a few student cadres. Fu Liang looked very haggard. red eyes, red nose tip, a white wrist guard on her wrist. As soon as she saw me, she stood up and bowed. Sister Jing K. I'm sorry. I stood at the door. Don't call me sister. My mother never gave me a sister like you. She staggered. Lu Wenjing immediately steadied her and glared at me. Do you have to be so aggressive? I said. Lu Wenjing. The term aggressive is more fitting for those who spread rumors. The deputy secretary cleared his throat. Student Shi Jing K. The school has already looked into the situation. I looked at him. Understand the outcome. This incident has had a very negative impact. Whose impact? His expression darkened. The influence of the entire school. I laughed. Here it comes again. School. Face. The bigger picture. Every time someone gets hurt, the first things they rush to salvage are always the banners and bulletin boards. The deputy secretary said. We suggest you settle this privately. Fu Liyang is willing to apologize to you, and Lu Wenjing is also willing to delete the inappropriate comments. Not enough. What do you want then? A public statement. Fine. The statement must clearly state that all content about me on the campus wall is false. Lu Wenjing's real name comments constitute misinformation, and Fu Liyang participated in driving the shift of public opinion. Fu Liyang suddenly looked up. I didn't. I looked at her. Then why are you in such a hurry? Lu Wenjing suppressed his anger. You have no evidence that Ryan was involved. I nodded. All right. I'll wait for the evidence. The deputy secretary frowned. Shi Jing K. If you don't have evidence now, don't go around throwing accusations. I said. Then why can Lu Wenjing say I'm wild without any evidence? The office fell silent. The deputy secretary's face turned even more grim. He took out a piece of paper. How about this? At tonight's grade assembly, you go up on stage and explain the situation, expressing your apology for the impact on the school. The school will also have Lu Wenjing give a brief apology, so both sides can take a step back. Qi Xinyu let out a cold laugh from the side. Teacher, does the person who was slandered still have to apologize? The counselor glared at her. You're not the one involved. Don't interrupt. I picked up the piece of paper. Title. Statement of the situation. First sentence. I, Shi Jing K, due to improper handling of personal emotions, caused the public opinion to escalate. I tore it up directly. Pieces of paper fell all over the floor. Fu Liyang was so frightened that she shrank into Lu Wenjing's arms. I said, I can go on stage. The deputy secretary's expression softened a bit. That's more like it. But what I recite is up to me. He immediately became alert. Don't do anything reckless. I smiled. Don't worry, teacher. I'm the most law-abiding person. At 7 in the evening, the grade-wide meeting began. The lecture hall was packed. In the front row sat the college leaders and counselors. Lu Wenjing, dressed in a white shirt with the collar buttoned all the way up, sat in the first row, looking fresh and innocent. Fu Liyang sat beside him, lowering her head to wipe away tears. She knew how to work the camera. When the school media team was filming, she turned her profile to the lens. She played the role of the weak one to the fullest. The host said, Next. Let's welcome student Shi Jing K to the stage to provide an explanation regarding the recent online incident. I walked onto the stage. The audience instantly fell silent. Someone was secretly filming with their phone. I didn't stop them. Today, I'm afraid they won't film. I stepped up to the microphone and took out a piece of paper. The advisor stared at me from the audience, as if afraid I might pull out a bomb. I cleared my throat. Good evening, teachers and fellow students. I am Shi Jing K, class of 2023, School of Law. Today, I truly need to reflect on my actions. Someone in the audience laughed. A flicker of relief passed through Lu Wenjing's eyes. Fu Liyang lowered her head, the corners of her lips slightly lifting. I continued. I admit my mistake. I didn't immediately slap the evidence of the rumormonger right in your faces. The lecture hall instantly erupted. The counselor suddenly stood up. Shi Jing K. I ignored him. I pressed the remote control. The large screen lights up. The first screenshot. A submission to the campus wall's backend. Submitter's note. Send it as Leong said. The dirtier the title, the better. Preferably with a price. Payment record. 3,000 yuan. Transfer from Fu Leong. Second screenshot. The message Lu Wenjing sent to the campus wall admin. I'll guide the comments. Don't delete them for now. Wait until Shi Jingke admits it. Then post the clarification. Third one. Fu Leong's alternate account. Her family cares most about saving face. So she wouldn't dare make a scene. She grew up with Lu Wenjing. And one word from him is more effective than 10 articles from us. Don't worry. She'll know how to behave. The lecture hall was dead silent. The color drained from Fu Leong's face in an instant. She screamed. Fake. It's all fake. I clicked on the video. In the video. It was a screen recording the campus wall admin gave me at the police station entrance in the afternoon. His voice was crystal clear. Senior Shi. I was wrong. Fu Leong paid me to post it. Chairman Lu also told me that you wouldn't actually call the police. I'm afraid of getting punished. So I'm giving you the back-end records. The audience completely erupted. Holy crap. Is it really her? The school beauty bought a wall to spread rumors. Lu Wenjing is absolutely disgusting. Lu Wenjing's face turned pale as he abruptly stood up. Shi Jingke, you illegally accessed the back end. I smiled. Thanks for the reminder. I pressed the next page. Police case acceptance receipt. Evidence submission checklist. Electronic data storage certificate number. All materials have been submitted to the police. The campus wall administrator voluntarily cooperated. And the police station witnessed the entire process. I looked at Lu Wenjing. Is there anything else you want to educate me about the law? His lips were pale, unable to utter a single word. Fu Leong shook her head, crying. It wasn't me. I didn't. Brother Wenjing. Say something for me. Lu Wenjing didn't move. I picked up the microphone, my voice not loud. Yet it overpowered the entire lecture hall. Last night, you put a price tag on me in the comments section. This morning, you posted my dormitory number and phone number online. You thought a girl being slandered with sexual rumors would cry, hide, drop out, and beg you to stop. Pity. I looked at them. I study law. I don't expect you to have a change of heart. I'm only responsible for nailing down the evidence. Then, I'll watch each of you pay the price. The counselor rushed onto the stage to turn off the microphone. I took a step back and raised my phone. Teacher. Don't rush. I've also submitted the recording of you asking me to apologize on stage this morning. He stood frozen in place. I placed the microphone back on its stand. Finally, he looked at the audience. From now on, anyone who forwards, saves, or spreads screenshots of the rumors about me, or continues to fabricate stories, I will sue them all. Not a single one missed. No one in the lecture hall dared to raise their phones anymore. I turned around and walked off the stage. Behind me, Fu Leong was crying heartbreakingly. Lu Wenjing called my name. Shi Jingke. I didn't look back. Qi Xinyu rushed over and hugged me. Feels amazing. I patted her on the back. Don't rush. This is only the third slide of the PPT. 4. After that night, the campus wall exploded. First, comments were disabled. Then, the name was changed overnight. Finally, it was directly deactivated. The school forum homepage was flooded with posts about Fu Leong spreading rumors, Lu Wenjing's sex scandal, and Shi Jingke from the law school's evidence chain. Someone posted the video from the lecture hall on a short video platform. In less than 2 hours, the views exceeded 1 million. The comment section was buzzing like it was New Year's. Sister. Your composure is rock solid, suggest issuing her a lawyer's license directly. Spreading yellow rumors and trying to force the victim to apologize. Your audacity deserves UNESCO heritage status. Chairman Lu's line, she'll learn to behave, made me sick. The school beauty cries so skillfully suggest she switch majors to study acting. At 1 a.m., Fu Leong went live. She sat on her dorm bed, wrapped in a white blanket. Her face pale. A box of medicine was placed in front of the camera. She said through tears, "I really didn't mean to hurt anyone. I was just too scared. If my dad saw that hotel photo, I'd be finished. I admit I was wrong. But why did Sister Jin-K have to push me to the edge?" The number of viewers in the live stream kept soaring. Some people began to soften. She's just a girl. After all, sure, Jin-K feels a bit too harsh. What more do you want when they've already apologized? Chi Xinyu shook me awake in the middle of the night. Jin-K. She's playing the victim again. I sat up in bed and opened the live stream. Fu Liyang was still crying. I've been in poor health since I was a child. And my emotions are unstable too. Brother Wenjing was just worried about me. He had no ill intentions. I posted a comment. The medicine box is placed backwards, with the instructions facing the camera. Quite dedicated. The livestream room fell silent for 2 seconds. The comments went wild. Wait. The actual person is here. Sure, Jin-K. Fu Liang froze when she saw my ID. I continued typing. Before you cry, remember to put away the A4 paper on the bedside table. The script for the live stream sob story. Second line says pause for 3 seconds. Shed tears. Fu Liang abruptly turned around. In the frame, half of a piece of paper was visible. She frantically reached out to block it. The live stream audience went wild with laughter. Ha ha ha. The script is completely exposed. Pause for 3 seconds. Shed tears. Professional. The school beauty has collapsed into a construction site. Fu Liyang directly turned off the live stream. Chi Xinyu was rolling on the bed with laughter. How did you know she had a script? I said. She used the same set during her freshman year speech competition. Even marking the tear-jerking points in red. Chi Xinyu gave a thumbs up. You're really organized when it comes to holding grudges. Thanks. It's a basic skill for law students. The next morning, more people came to find me. The first was a girl from the School of Foreign Languages. Named Zhongmi. She was wearing a mask, clutching a USB drive in her hand. Sure, Jin-K. Can I talk to you? We agreed to meet in a corner on the first floor of the library. Her first words as she sat down. I've also been the target of Fu Liang's sexual rumors. I looked up. Her eyes were red. During the second semester of freshman year, she had a crush on a senior from the street dance club. When that senior confessed to me, she started spreading rumors that I was a hostess. No one listens when I explain. Later, I quit the club and changed my phone number. She pushed the USB drive toward me. Here are the threatening private messages she sent me from her alt account, along with records of her asking others to Photoshop my pictures. I took it. Why are you willing to bring it out now? She looked at me. Yesterday, when you stood on the stage and said not a single one would be left out. I suddenly felt that I didn't have to hide anymore. The second person to arrive was a male student from the School of Journalism. He said Fu Liyang had asked him to write a post attacking another girl. She said it was just to scare her, and gave me 500. The third person was a junior from the school's etiquette team. She brought a screenshot of a group chat. The group was called Purification List. There were 2 admins. One of them was Fu Liyang. One is Lu Wenjing. Photos of over a dozen girls were posted in the group chat. Some were taken secretly. Others were screenshots from their moments. They label everyone. Playing innocent. Snatching resources. Seduced the senior. Suitable for breaking news. My name is in the latest post. Fu Liyang posted. Knocking sure Jin-K down this time. The national scholarship spot is basically secured. Lu Wenjing replied. She'll be fine. At most she'll cry for a few days. I stared at the phrase at most she'll cry for a few days, and my chest felt like someone had punched it. Chi Xinyu was so angry she cursed. Are these 2 people trash cans turned into spirits? I have sorted all the materials into categories. At least 12 victims of the rumor. Zhongmi asked me, can we win? I looked up at them. Most of them had their heads down. Someone's fingers kept trembling. Someone clearly wanted to cry, but still held on. I turned the laptop around. Whether we can win depends on the evidence. If you're scared, you can provide it anonymously. I'll stand at the front. Jomi bit her lip. And you, aren't you afraid? I smiled. Yes, I am. They looked at me. I said, even if you're scared, you still have to do it. If a dog bites your leg, you don't just let it keep chewing because you're afraid of the pain. That same night, we set up a rights protection group. Group name: Don't Cry. Take a screenshot. It was chosen by Chi Xinyu. She said it's simple, easy to remember, and has a fierce vibe. I think it's fine. We handed over the evidence to the police station, the school's disciplinary committee, and the college's party committee. At the same time, I instructed my lawyer to send out the first batch of legal letters. The recipients include Fu Liyang, Lu Wenjing, the campus wall operators, and 3 marketing accounts that led the spread of rumors. After the lawyer's letter was sent, Lu Wenjing finally couldn't sit still. He called me over a dozen times. I didn't answer. He switched to sending voice messages. Startled magpie. Let's meet. I admit I didn't handle this well, but you've stirred things up to this point, and now no one can save face. I replied. If you can't get off the stage, just jump off. He sent another message. You weren't this ruthless before. I replied. You weren't this dirty before. He was silent for a long time, then sent a message. The person I've always liked is you. I looked at that sentence and laughed out loud. Chi Xinyu leaned over to look. Is he crazy? I said. He's panicking. Lu Wenjing continued to send messages. I helped Li Yang only because she threatened me. She said if the photos were exposed, she would jump from the building. Jing K. I had no choice. I typed. You can call the police, talk to a counselor, or stop the spread. You chose to spread rumors about me. Lu Wenjing. You handed the knife to Fu Liyang. And now you're asking me to pretend it didn't bleed. You've got some nerve. He didn't reply again. Half an hour later, he posted a moment on WeChat. The clear will clear themselves. Waiting for the wind to stop. The accompanying image was a pitch-black night sky. I clicked on the comments. Below, a bunch of people were comforting him. Keep it up. Chairman Lu, we believe in you. Don't let online bullying bring you down. I took a screenshot. Then I posted a public WeChat moment. The wind won't stop. I'll turn the blower up to maximum. The accompanying image is a lawyer's letter. 5. By the 5th day of the incident, the school finally issued its first notice. The wording was very cautious. Regarding recent online public opinion, the school attaches great importance to the matter and has established a special investigation team. No names were mentioned. No apology was made. No outcome of the handling was provided. Like a bowl of plain boiled water without salt. Chi Xinyu rolled her eyes in anger after reading it. High priority. Where is the priority? Under a microscope. I saved a screenshot of the notice. Don't rush. The school is waiting for the Fu family. Fu Liyang's father is a well-known entrepreneur in Cloud City. Last year, he donated an art center to the school. The name is hung right at the entrance of the dance building. Fu Liyang didn't rely solely on her looks to become the school beauty, secure school-level projects, and be named one of the top 10 students. In the afternoon, I received a call from the Academic Affairs Office. Student Sher Jing K. The National Scholarship Defense will proceed as scheduled tomorrow. Please prepare accordingly. I said. Am I on the list? There was a pause on the other end of the line. Your grades are top. Your research scores are top. So according to the rules. Of course you are. I smiled. I thought I had a bad reputation and would be disqualified. The other person coughed awkwardly. Don't listen to rumors. After hanging up the phone, Chi Xinyu slammed the table. They still want to be evaluated for the national award. Fu Liyang isn't also in it. Is she? I opened the public list. Fu Liyang's name was prominently listed. 4th place. The title of her material was beautifully written. Founder of the Public Welfare Initiative for the Prevention of Online Violence Against Women. Qi Xinyu spat out a mouthful of water. Her. Preventing online violence. I stared at that line of text. Not bad. She used my wounds to apply for a public welfare project, saving me the trouble of finding a stage. The next day, the National Scholarship Defense was held in the Administrative Building's lecture hall. Fu Liang wore a light blue dress. Her makeup was very light, and she still had her wrist guard on. She sat in the waiting area, and when she saw me, her eyes were almost unable to hide their venomous glare. Lu Wenjing did not come. I heard he has been suspended from his position in the student council. Fu Liang was the second to take the stage. Her voice was gentle, and her PPT was very warm and heartfelt. She said she focuses on women's cybersecurity and has helped many students overcome the shadow of rumors. She said, girls should protect each other even more. Some teachers in the audience nodded. I was sitting in the back row and couldn't help but let out a laugh. After her speech ended, the host asked, "Are there any students who want to ask questions?" I raised my hand. All eyes in the room instantly turned toward me. Fu Liang's expression instantly changed. The host reluctantly handed me the microphone. I stood up. "Hello, Fu Liang." She forced a smile. "Hello, Jing K. Your public welfare project states that you once helped 13 girls who suffered from online rumors complete psychological counseling and evidence preservation." I flipped through her application materials. Can the names of these 13 female students be verified? Is there an authorization letter? Are there service records? Fu Liang's face turned pale. Due to privacy protection, I cannot disclose their information. Understood. I nodded. Then may I ask, why does this chat screenshot in the project attachment come from my rights protection group? The big screen switched. I enlarged the screenshot from her materials. In the screenshot, a girl says, "Don't cry. Take a screenshot." Although the avatar is blurred, the group name isn't fully covered. 2 characters are visible in the top right corner. "Don't cry." The audience began to whisper among themselves. I continued. This group was created by me and the victim 3 days ago. Everyone in the group is defending their rights regarding the Fu Liang rumor incident. Classmate Fu, you screenshotted the victim's help records into your own charity project to apply for the national scholarship. Do you think that's appropriate? Fu Liang's voice trembled. I just wanted to help everyone. Help by stealing screenshots of people's group chats. I pressed the next page. Second question. Your project's earliest filing date is listed as March this year. But I also have the original version of this proposal here. 2 documents appeared on the screen. On the left was Fu Liang's application form. On the right is the proposal submit. TED by Zhongmi last year to the Mental Health Association. Title: Anti-Campus Yellow Rumors Mutual Aid Plan. Even the typos are the same. Zhongmi sat in the audience and stood up. She took off her mask, her voice trembling but clear. This plan was written by me. After I was slandered last year, I wanted to create a mutual aid program and submitted it to the Mental Health Association. Fu Liang was the student leader responsible for coordinating at the time. Later, the project didn't pass, and I thought it was over. She looked at Fu Liang. So you took it and used it to polish yourself. The audience was in complete chaos. The teachers on the judging panel looked increasingly grim. Fu Liang's tears fell again. Zhongmi, why are you helping her bully me too? Zhongmi was so angry that she laughed. When you were spreading rumors about me, why didn't you ask yourself if you were bullying someone? I held the microphone. The third question. Fu Liang suddenly looked up. Fear finally appeared in her eyes. Student Fu, you wrote in your materials that you ranked first in your major for 3 consecutive years. I turned to look at the judges' panel, but I found your final paper for the arts management course last semester, and the plagiarism report showed a similarity rate of 62. Later, the system records were deleted by someone. Coincidentally, the teacher in charge of the course's teaching assistant happens to be working part-time as a brand consultant at your father's company. Fu Liang screamed, "You're talking nonsense." I handed a printout to the host. This is the grade review material I obtained through a formal information request. The deletion record comes from the Academic Affairs System log. If the teachers need it, I can cooperate and submit further information. Someone from the judges panel immediately stood up and made a phone call. Fu Liang stood on the stage, her whole body swaying as if about to collapse. Her PPT still displayed the 4 big words women helping women. The irony is blinding. I look at her. Fu Liang, you destroy people with yellow rumors, use others' suffering to apply for awards, and pretend to be kind with stolen projects. You're quite busy. Starting today, I'll help lighten your load. National scholarship, top 10 honors, graduate school recommendation. As for what should be let go, don't keep a single one. She suddenly rushed off the stage and raised her hand to hit me. Qi Xinyu gasped. I didn't dodge. I directly grabbed her wrist, turned her arm, and pinned her against the table. Swift movements. She screamed in pain. Jingke, let me go. I leaned close to her ear, my voice very soft. You're crying in the wrong place. There are surveillance cameras here. I also have a lawyer. The security guards rushed in and pulled her away. The judging panel immediately announced the suspension of Fu Liang's defense qualification. Zhongmi walked over to me, her eyes red-rimmed. Thank you, I said. Thank yourself. Today you stand up. Lu Wenjing's phone call came at this moment. I originally didn't want to answer, but after thinking it over, I pressed the speakerphone. His voice was hoarse. Jingke, how many more people are you going to destroy? I watched Fu Liang, who had just been taken away by the security guards. Your question has pretty poor grammar. I didn't destroy her. I just exposed the mess she was hiding. He shouted. She was already broken. I said coldly. When Zhongmi was rumored to have left the club, did she break down? When my phone number was leaked and I received harassing texts in the middle of the night, did she break down? When those girls' photos were posted in the group chat with labels, did you break down? Only heavy breathing remained on the other end of the line. I said, word by word, Lu Wenjing, your breakdown is too selective. I'm not paying for it. 6. That evening, my parents came to the school. They didn't ask me first if I was injured, nor did they ask how I had managed to get through those days. As soon as my mom entered the dormitory, she slapped a document down on my desk. Signed. I glanced at it. A settlement agreement. Party A. Jingke. Party B. Lu Wenjing. Fu Liang. The terms of the agreement were beautifully written. In the event of a dispute arising from a misunderstanding, Party A voluntarily withdraws all complaints and legal claims, and Party B shall pay mental distress compensation of 300,000 yuan. I laughed. 300,000. My mom frowned. Don't think it's too little. The Lu and Fu families are willing to pay. That's already a great courtesy to us. My dad stood at the door, his face grim. Have you had enough? Do you know that the Lu family recently pulled out of their partnership with my company? The Fu family has also made it clear if you keep this up, all my work over the past few years will be for nothing. I asked. So what? So you need to stop while you're ahead. He said in a low voice. You're a girl. Why do you have to push people to the brink? Reputation is something that's better off gone sooner. Take the money. Go abroad for graduate school. And we'll pave the way for you. I looked at him. When my reputation was hung out for everyone to see, why didn't you say it was better off gone sooner? My mom got anxious. We're doing this for your own good. The bigger a scene you make, the more people will know about it. Who would want you in the future? Qi Xinyu couldn't bear to listen any longer from the sidelines. Auntie, your daughter is the victim. My mother glared at her. What business of yours is it to interrupt our family matters? I stood up, shielding Qi Xinyu behind me. She's more like family than you are. My mother's face changed color. Jingke, how dare you speak to me like that? I picked up the agreement and slowly tore it in half, then tore it again. The pieces fell into the trash bin. Speak like that. My dad pointed at me in anger. You think you've grown wings? Huh. Your tuition and living expenses are still paid by the family. I opened my mobile banking app. Open the bill. In the 3 years of college, you gave me a total of 24,000. Of that, 18,000 was left to me by Grandpa before he passed away, and you forwarded it on my behalf. My tuition comes from scholarships, and my living expenses come from part-time jobs and competition prizes. Dad, if you want to use money to pressure me, first settle the accounts clearly. My dad's face turned pale and flushed by turns. My mom shrieked, "We raised you all these years, and now you want to settle accounts with us? You were the ones who traded me away for cooperation first." The dormitory was terrifyingly quiet. My father raised his hand. I didn't dodge. "Go ahead." He froze. I picked up my phone. "I'm recording this. After the fight, I'll go get my injuries examined. Tomorrow. Let the whole school see one spreading rumors didn't make me bow. But my dad's slap wants me to sign a letter of forgiveness." His hand slowly lowered. My mom's tears fell. Startled magpie. "Mom is begging you. Just help the family this once. Lu Wenjing grew up with you. And he never really meant to harm you." I looked at her. He was the one who started saying I was easy. He threw me to the whole school to be cursed at. In the group he was in, they put labels on photos of girls. "You said he didn't really mean to harm me." I asked word by word. "Mom, in your heart, what counts as harm?" She opened her mouth but couldn't speak. I took out the photocopy of my household registration booklet and student ID from the drawer. "Tomorrow I will apply for financial hardship certification and student loans. And also explain to the school about the family pressure situation." My father was furious. "How dare you?" "I dare." I looked at him. "From the moment you walked in with the letter of understanding, I dared." When they left, their faces were 100 times uglier than when they arrived. My mother turned around at the doorway. "Sure, Jing K, if you keep this up, you'll regret it in the future," I said. "The thing I regret most is that I used to always think you would be on my side." The door closed. Qi Xinyu looked at me cautiously. "Do you want to cry?" "I don't want to." "Then what do you want to do?" I turned on the computer. "Write a complaint." She was silent for 2 seconds. Then gave a thumbs up. "You're truly a terrorist among the overachievers." I typed on the keyboard. "Don't flatter me. I will be proud." The next day, I compiled all the harassing text messages, forum posts, group chat records, live stream recordings, and the audio of the letter of understanding into a list of evidence, a total of 76 pages. After the lawyer finished reviewing it, he pushed up his glasses. "Sure, you've organized this material even more neatly than my assistant," I said. "Do you need an intern?" The lawyer smiled. "Once the case is over, I really want to hire you. We have formally filed a civil lawsuit. At the same time, we have applied for a behavioral injunction, requesting that the relevant accounts stop posting and delete false content, and issue a public apology." News has also come from the police. The purification list group involves the dissemination of multiple individuals' private information, and the investigation has been expanded. Several group members were summoned. One of the boys couldn't hold up and handed over more chat records. Inside were the entire process of Lu Wenjing and Fu Liang discussing how to drag me into the water. Fu Liang said, "Sure, Jing K is too much of an eyesore. She's got the national scholarship locked down, and she's also got the graduate recommendation secured." Lu Wenjing replied, "I can make her give it up." Fu Liang sent a crying emoji. "You're so good to me." Lu Wenjing replied, "As long as you stop threatening me with those photos." This sentence is very interesting. Photo. I stared at the screen. Lu Wenjing being threatened by Fu Liang. I told the lawyer to continue investigating. 2 days later, the results came out. The person in the photo was Lu Wenjing. During his freshman year, while doing campus promotion for Fu Liang's father's company, he secretly took a hefty kickback and forged the student union's official seal. Fu Liang had the evidence in hand. That's why he cleaned up her mess time and time again. I looked at the materials and smiled. Qi Xinyu asked, "What are you smiling at?" I said, "Bamboo Horse isn't charging into love. He's being led around by the scruff of his neck. Qi Xinyu clicked his tongue. It's even more disgusting. That evening, Lu Wenjing came to wait for me downstairs at the dormitory. He had lost a lot of weight. His eye sockets were dark, and stubble had grown out. Seeing me, he rushed over. Jing K. Let's talk. I took a step back. Keep your distance. He gave a bitter smile. You won't even let me get close to you now. I said. If you get close to me, I'm afraid I'll be tainted by the smell of rumors. His face turned pale. I know you hate me. Don't flatter yourself. Sure, Jing K. His voice was hoarse. I really did like you. I looked at him. Under the streetlights of the university, his face, one I had looked at for over a decade, suddenly became unfamiliar. When we were kids, he was chased by a neighbor's dog, and I rushed out with a broom. In high school, he lost the election, and I stayed up all night helping him revise his speech. I remembered his birthday for 19 years. When the whole school was cursing me, he was the first to add fuel to the fire in the comments. I said, Lu Wenjing, your way of liking someone is quite novel. First stab me, then ask if it hurts. His eyes turned red. I have no choice. Fu Liang has leverage over me. That's your leverage. What does that have to do with me? He froze. I continued. You're afraid of being caught for forging the official seal. Afraid of losing your position as student council president. Afraid it will affect your graduate school recommendation. So you pushed me out. You're not out of options. You just chose the one that hurt me the most out of all choices. His tears fell. Jing K. I was wrong. I walked past him. He called out from behind. Then what do you want me to do? Get down on my knees. I stopped. Look back at him. Kneeling before me is useless. Go kneel before the law. 7. On the day of the school-level special investigation team's public hearing, the meeting room was packed with people, representatives from the University Discipline Inspection Commission, Student Affairs Office, Security Department, various colleges, lawyers, and the victimized student. Fu Liang arrived. She wore a mask, her eyes dark and gloomy. Lu Wenjing also came. The two sat far apart. In the past, they were always together, one after the other, like a perfect couple. Now they look at each other as if facing a creditor. The hearing was presided over by a teacher from the school's disciplinary committee. Today, we are primarily verifying the issues submitted by Shi Jingke and other students, including online defamation, privacy leaks, and falsification of award materials. Fu Liang's lawyer spoke first. Our side believes that Fu Liang is currently in a very poor mental state, and her related words and actions involve factors of emotional loss of control. She herself is willing to apologize to Shi Jingke and is also willing to delete the relevant content. Our lawyer asked, "Do you admit to organizing others to publish false information?" The opposing lawyer glanced at Fu Liang. Fu Liang said in a low voice, "I did not organize it." I laughed. She looked up and glared at me. "What are you laughing at?" I said, "I'm laughing because you still think crying can change the evidence." Her face turned ashen. Lu Wenjing suddenly spoke. It was her who organized it. The entire conference room fell silent in an instant. Fu Liang abruptly turned to look at him. "Lu Wenjing, have you lost your mind?" Lu Wenjing took out his phone. "I have a recording." Fu Liang's expression changed. The recording played. Her voice was very clear. "Brother Wenjing, just help me this once. Once that hotel photo goes viral, both my top 10 honor and graduate school recommendation will be ruined. Sure, Jingke has good grades. She can handle it. Go to the comments section and say that you've known her since childhood, and that she's wild. After she gets criticized for a few days, we'll pretend to uncover the truth and issue a vague statement." Lu Wenjing asked, "What if she calls the police?" Fu Liang let out a laugh. Her parents care most about saving face, so they won't let her make a scene. Besides, aren't you her childhood friend? If you coax her a little, she'll soften up. The recording ended. Fu Liang's face turned ashen. She suddenly screamed, Lu Wenjing. How dare you record me? I haven't even brought up your kickbacks and forged official seals yet. Lu Wenjing also dropped all pretense. You threatened me with photos to do your bidding. How clean are you? Fu Liang slammed the table. Without me, you would have lost your position as student council president long ago. Lu Wenjing roared back. Without me, all your dirty secrets would have been plastered all over the school long ago. The two of them started tearing into each other right then and there. Qi Xinyu whispered behind me. This is better than a TV drama. I said. TV dramas at least follow logic. They only follow shamelessness. The discipline inspection teacher knocked on the table with a stern face. Silence. Both sides fell silent. Our lawyer submitted the second set of materials. These are the evidence of Lu Wenjing forging the student council's official seal and accepting bribes from external companies. Lu Wenjing's face turned pale. How do you have this? I looked at him. You said it yourself. Fu Liang has it. You think she'll keep it safe? Her cloud drive password is her birthday plus her name initials. Pretty straightforward. Doesn't waste a bit of brain power. Of course. I didn't crack the materials myself. It was lawfully obtained by the police during their investigation of Fu Liang's devices. I just found out ahead of time. Fu Liang bit her lip hard. She probably never expected that the knife she kept to threaten others would eventually be turned back on herself. Here is the third piece of material. Fu Liang's award evaluation materials were falsified. Plagiarism of public welfare projects. Ghostwriting of the final thesis. Academic S. ISTM deletion log. Involves a teacher receiving consulting fees from the Fu family. Every piece of evidence placed in the meeting room made it quieter. The school leader's expressions shifted from unpleasant to ashen. Fu Liyang's lawyer had already stopped speaking much. Finally, Zhongmi stood up. Her voice was still a little shaky, but it was much more resolute than the first time. I demand that Fu Liyang publicly apologize to me. Demand that the school reinstate my eligibility to apply for the Mental Health Association project that was cancelled back then. Demand that all those involved in spreading rumors delete the content and compensate for the losses. Other girls stood up one by one. I also demand an apology. I demand to find out the source of the secret filming. I demand that everyone in the group be punished. The words that were once too afraid to speak finally found a voice. Fu Liang sat in the chair, a flicker of panic creeping into her eyes. She looked at me. Sure, Jing-K, are you satisfied now? I said. No, I'm not. Her smile was uglier than tears. What more do you want? I looked at her. The apologies you owe are not just to me. She finally broke down. I apologize. I'll apologize to you. All right. Too late. I placed a stack of documents on the table. This is the disciplinary complaint and civil lawsuit materials jointly submitted by the 12 of us victims. There is also an additional police questioning notice. Fu Liang. You don't need to rush to cry. There are many procedures lined up ahead. Lu Wenjing suddenly looked at me. Startled magpie. I am willing to testify. I raised an eyebrow. He said eagerly. I can prove that Fu Liang orchestrated everything. As long as you drop the charges against me, I'll help you. Before I could speak, Fu Liang smiled. Lu Wenjing, you really are a dog. Lu Wenjing's face turned pale. I looked at him and said slowly, your testimony. Hand it over to the police. My lawsuit. I won't drop it. He was stunned. I was willing to help you. I don't need it. I looked at him. Do you think that by turning from the perpetrator into a state witness, you can whitewash yourself? Lu Wenjing, the words you typed with your own hands are still in the evidence. You say I play hard. You say I'll learn to be sensible. You say I can handle it. I said it word by word. Now it's your turn to bear the burden. He slumped back into his chair. When the hearing concluded, the school's disciplinary committee announced interim measures on the spot. Fu Liang's enrollment was suspended. All awards and honors qualifications were revoked. The recommendation for graduate studies was frozen. And the case was referred for further investigation. Lu Wenjing's enrollment has been suspended. And his position in the student union has been revoked. The issues involving the alleged forgery of official seals and acceptance of bribes have been transferred to the public security authorities. The relevant counselor has been suspended from duty to cooperate with the investigation. The campus wall operator has been notified campus-wide and is cooperating with the police to investigate the source of the privacy leak. Outside the meeting room, a group of students is waiting. I don't know who started clapping first. Then the applause grew louder and louder. Zhongmi cried. Qi Xinyu also cried. I didn't cry. I just stood there. Suddenly feeling my shoulders loosen a little, my phone vibrated. It was my mom. Startled magpie. Mom saw the school notice. So the situation is this serious. We misunderstood you before. I stared at it for 3 seconds. Blocked. Qi Xinyu asked. Who? I said. An irrelevant person. 8. On the day the final disciplinary decision was announced, the school's official website posted a red-letter document. Fu Liyang was expelled from school for maliciously organizing online defamation, falsifying award materials, and academic misconduct. Lu Wenjing was expelled from school for participating in online defamation, infringing on classmates' privacy, forging official seals, and accepting improper benefits. The counselor was removed from their position and is under further investigation. The name of the art center donated by Fu Liyang's father was removed overnight. I heard that the Fu family business has been found to have multiple tax issues. Fu Liyang came to see me once, outside the court mediation room. She had lost a lot of weight. Her hair was casually tied up, and she no longer had the refined look of a campus beauty. When she saw me, tears immediately fell. Jing K. I've been fired. I flipped through the materials in my hand. Yeah, it's on the official website. My dad's company is in trouble too. The news pushed it. She bit her lip. Do you have to push me to this point? I closed the file. Fu Liyang. You still don't understand. I'm not forcing you. I paused and rephrased it. You ran all the way here by yourself. Her expression froze. I've already apologized. Your apology is in the official website attachment, and the formatting is quite neat. Jing K. Her voice grew sharp. I only posted a few threads. You've ruined my entire life. I looked at her. When Zhongmi left the club and changed her phone number, did you ever think about her whole life? When the etiquette teen junior was labeled and followed, did you ever think about her whole life? When I received harassing text messages in the middle of the night and someone posted my dorm room number online, did you ever think about my whole life? She was left speechless. I stood up. Don't come looking for me again. I won't accept mediation. Pay the compensation as required, and keep the public apology posted for the full 30 days. She suddenly lunged at me, trying to grab me. The lawyer behind me raised a hand to stop her. Miss Fu, the mediation room has surveillance cameras. She froze. I looked down at her. Remember this word. Surveillance. Before you do something bad in the future. Look up and find it. Lu Wenjing looked even more disheveled than her. He cornered me at the back gate of the school. That day, I had just received the announcement of the national scholarship results. My name was at the top of the list. Startled magpies at times. I looked at those 3 words, feeling no great stir in my heart. I simply felt it was only right. Lu Wenjing stood under the tree, wearing a wrinkled coat. He was emaciated beyond recognition. Startled magpie. I stopped in my tracks. Something on your mind? His eyes were extremely red. My parents are going to send me abroad. Congratulations. He gave a bitter smile. It's not good. The school's disciplinary action follows my record, and all the schools I applied to rejected me. I didn't say anything, he said in a low voice. I might have to go to a very remote place to repeat a grade. Oh, don't you have anything to say? I thought for a moment. Learn to be a good person. His eyes suddenly turned red. After 19 years of our relationship, do you really not care at all anymore? I looked at him. Lu Wenjing. Do you still remember 6th grade? He froze. That year, someone said you stole the class fund. You cried and said you didn't. The whole class didn't believe you. I wrote the application for the lunch break surveillance footage 3 times and begged the homeroom teacher to pull up the video, proving that the money was taken by someone else. His lips trembled slightly. I remember. You said back then that from now on, whenever I'm being bullied, you'll always be on my side. I laughed. Later, I was the target of slut-shaming across the entire school. You stood at the very front. His tears fell. I'm sorry. These words are very light. I looked at him. So light that they can't catch anything. He reached out to pull me. Jing K. Give me one more chance. I truly know I was wrong. I stepped back. What you know is the price. Still haven't learned right from wrong. With that, I walk around him and move forward. He choked back sobs behind him. Sure, Jing K. Will I ever see you again? I didn't look back. See you in court. He eventually compensated me with 120,000 yuan. Fu Liang paid 260,000 yuan. The campus wall operators and a few of the most widely spread individuals also each bore the responsibility of offering apologies and compensation. On the day the money arrived, Qi Xinyu dragged me out for hot pot. She dropped the fatty beef into the pot with the grandeur of a sacrificial offering. Come on, let's celebrate the first victory of our future lawyer, sure. I picked up a piece of tripe with my chopsticks. Don't talk nonsense. It was only a matter of time. Zhongmi also came. She had cut her hair short and looked much more energetic. She said the Mental Health Association had reproved her project. The name hasn't changed. Anti-Campus RU. More mutual aid plan. I took a portion of the compensation and donated it to this project. Qi Xinyu asked me, are you really willing to let that go? That's money. You know. I said. Yellow rumors use girls' fear as fuel. Then I'll use the rumormongers' money to install fire extinguishers for them. Zhongmi's eyes reddened again. Don't be so smooth with your words, or I'll cry. Crying is fine. Just don't forget to take a screenshot. She laughed. Later, the school held a lecture on the protection of online reputation rights. The speakers were me and my lawyer. The lecture hall was packed. Standing on the stage, I saw many familiar faces in the audience. There were those who had once reposted the post. There were those who had laughed at me in the cafeteria. There were those who stood by and watched in silence. When they saw me, they all lowered their heads. I didn't name anyone. At the end, I said, many people think that sexual rumors are just jokes, gossip, or entertainment. But sexual rumors are not entertainment. I paused for a moment. It's a knife. Only the one who feels the blade knows the pain. So I want you to remember one thing. Don't casually forward. Don't casually comment. Don't treat one person's pain as your snack when you bored. The audience was very quiet. I continued. Also, those who are slandered don't need to prove their innocence. Those who should prove themselves are the slanderers. Those who should feel shame are also them. The lecture ended, and the applause from the audience lasted for a long time. As I walked off the stage, the principal personally handed me the new National Scholarship Certificate. Student Sure Jing K. The school owes you an apology. I took the certificate. Please post the apology on the official website. The principal paused for a moment, then nodded. It will be posted. That evening, a public apology letter was pinned to the top of the school's official website. Black and white, written with my name. It states that the school mishandled the situation in the early stages, causing me secondary harm. I stared at it for a long time. Then take a screenshot and save it. Qi Xinyu asked, what are you keeping it for? I said, I'll use this for writing my thesis later. She was speechless. You really don't leave any emotional value for your enemies. I laughed. They don't deserve it. In my senior year, I was recommended for graduate studies at my university's law school. My focus was on online infringement and the protection of personality rights. Zhongmi's project was very successful, helping many girls who had been slandered. Qi Xinyu became the project promotion manager. The first poster she made was very eye-catching. Red background with black text. Don't cry. Take a screenshot. I couldn't help but laugh. She asked, "Is it rustic?" I said, "Earthy but full of fighting spirit." She was pleased. "I told you so." Before graduation, Lu Wenjing sent me a letter. The letter was very thick. It contained many memories of the past. It wrote about how we went to school together as children. It wrote about his regrets. Write about how he is doing poorly abroad. Write about him dreaming of me standing on the lecture hall stage, holding a microphone and looking at him. The last sentence startled Magpie. "If I could go back to the past, I would never treat you that way." I finished reading the letter, tore it up, and threw it into the trash. Qi Xinyu asked, not going to reply. I said, "He wants to go back to the past. I'm moving forward." Fu Liang also had news later on. She tried to retake the art college entrance exam, but someone online recognized her. She changed her name, did live streaming, and was later exposed by netizens with a disciplinary document. It is said that she cried in the live stream, saying she was young and ignorant. The barrage comments scrolled in perfect unison. "Don't cry. Take a screenshot." When I saw it, I was revising my thesis in the library. I only glanced at it before closing it. Their unfinished lives weren't worth wasting my battery on. On graduation day, I stood on the steps in my cap and gown. Qi Xinyu takes photos of me. Smile. "Sure, Jing K. You look like you're about to go to court right now." I forced a smile. She looked disgusted. "Forget it. You'd better not laugh. It looks like you're about to sue the principal." I finally burst out laughing. Sunlight fell on the graduation cap. The wind blew the tassel in front of my eyes. I suddenly remembered that night, when the campus wall posted rumors about me, and the whispers in the classroom. I remembered Lu Wenjing saying, "She will learn to be sensible." They thought I would hide in the restroom and cry. They thought I would delete my moments, turn off my phone, and beg them to let me go. They thought a smear campaign could crush a girl, but they forgot. My name is Shi Jingke. A single magpie's call keeps the entire forest from sleeping. The childhood friend, for the sake of the school beauty, led the charge in spreading rumors about me. Later, his name hung on the disciplinary notice for a full 30 days. The school beauty cried, begging me to let her go. I did not look back, because my road is long, clean and spotless, bright and clear. Whoever throws mud at me, I will pave a path with the evidence. Stepping on their lies, I will rise to a higher place.